Hey, everybody, and welcome to Signals from the Frontline, your every Wednesday live broadcast brought to you by Frontline Gaming. We are your hosts, Dicky, the tech priest extraordinaire, and I am Seth, the Mad Doctor competitive correspondent. Dicky, how have you been?
I've been awesome.
Yeah,
I've been super awesome. I have to do two things at once though, so I'm gonna be super slow at it.
yeah,
So
his brain is being
yeah,
pulled in multiple directions tonight,
yeah.
folks.
Chat. We have PowerPoint presentations. We have show
And you
notes.
may lose power, I hear.
Yeah, it's raining real good in Mars here. So
So
yeah.
so yeah, if there is a storm on Mars, and if the storm
Mhm.
takes out our signal, I will endeavor to reach out to you folks. Kicker says hi. He's on the open road in his van for a quick camping trip and possibly scouting out new venues. I feel like that's Kicker toying with our emotions. He just wanted to go sit in the woods in his new van, didn't he?
Yeah,
Didn't he?
it's a really nice van.
It is. It
Yeah.
is. Dickie, what have you been up to?
Uh, okay, so I should have been painting World Eaters for my upcoming Chaos Space Marines Army
Mm-hmm.
hashtag
Mm-hmm.
Chaos 2022.
Year of Chaos.
Yeah, Year of Chaos. That apparently should be right now. Instead, I've been doing this.
Elden Ring.
Yeah, yeah. I'm deep. I'm real
You're
deep.
deep. You're deep.
Yep.
You're deep in the ring.
Yeah, I'm deep like 80 hours deep. Yeah, it's bad.
I have not played any of the Dark Souls games. I lied. My wife got me one for Switch, was probably a bad idea because it's probably not the best platform to play it on. I played like 20 minutes and I was like, and just put it up on the shelf.
Eh, it's a really good game. Everyone should play it. It's really good. So
There is a call for chat that Rainbow Sparkles is better Avatar than the Tech Priest. So
yeah, I don't know what to tell you.
he's not live switching that one
Yeah,
tonight, folks. He's got too many plates
yeah.
spinning
I
right
don't.
now.
I gotta look at the animator. It's too many things,
Too
guys.
much,
too
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 much.
much,
It's
too
too
much.
much.
What about you, Seth? What are you up to?
I've been working on more crisis suits now. Like any good Tau player, I've magnetized my crisis suits,
Hmm.
and so I magnetized my suits, and they all have the same polarity. And I have done this over years, and so I was magnetizing a new batch of guns because I was like, I want to try out burst cannons, and so I magnetized them all,
Yeah.
and I put them on like a coat hanger to prime them up, and got all that done, and then got them off, and then I put the polarity in wrong. So
Hey,
I had to
who
dig out
hasn't
so
done
many
that though?
magnets. Oh,
Like
it's so
everyone's done
annoying.
that.
But the good news is, for the longest time, I was having a ton of trouble with my airbrush. Turns out it's not my airbrush. Turns out that my airbrush primer was had some chunks in it because I got a new bottle, and suddenly that baby flows so smooth.
Beautiful.
So yeah, that's been working out well.
Nice.
Um, do you want to take us into the industry news,
Let's do
Vicky?
this. Here, wait 1 second. Let me hit this button. I did it.
Meow.
I did it.
What about the
Uh
border?
oh yeah. Wait. You're so picky.
Chat, please bear with us. Have some fun with us tonight.
Yeah, we're
And
having
if
fun.
you are, I forgot, I have to do the traditional kicker thing.
Yeah.
And if you aren't here with us live, you should be because you're missing out on the great animated feature that is Tech Priest Dicky, as well as his beautiful slideshow for us.
Yeah. No, it's great. Dude, we have the Avatar. The
Yeah.
Avatar. He's a gore. Like, come on. Like, here, I'm gonna scroll. I'm gonna do my. Look at this. Ooh.
Eh.
You know,
I give him a
what?
solid eh.
You're such an Eldar hater, eh?
Hate Eldar
I hate them
so
so
much.
much. Even good models are poop.
Correct.
I love
Correct.
it.
My hatred for Eldar is undying.
Yeah. Well, and so is the Avatar. Good segue, Seth. So he's got tons of different add-ons. He has 3 different heads, different weapons. He is a really nice model. I saw him.
That is
Yeah.
that is a lot of fancy things for Fulgrim to crush.
Yes. Yeah. Or Gazgal, whatever army you're bandwagoning next week, right?
Hey.
Oh.
That was a fluff reference, sir. That
Um,
was from the book Fulgrim, where Fulgrim just chokes out the avatar of Cain.
look at here. We have new shiny spears. Man, they're
Yep,
they're
they're jet
shiny.
bikes.
Yeah, they're jet bikes. Super great model. Does everyone remember the old shiny spear models?
I do, and this is like a proud little moment for me. I had, when my wife feigned interest in 40K for a hot minute, I had started buying her an Eldar army.
Yeah.
And this was like back when I lived in Baltimore, there was a store that did like a big flea market every year or so. And I got a hot deal on a bunch of old Eldar nuance sprue models. And then when Yannari came out and Double Spear Yannari was like the thing, I'd had this Eldar army sitting around forever. I've been selling off piecemeal. And then I had the upgrade sprues, metal upgrade shining spears. I had like 9 of those things.
Oh.
I made bank.
And they were ugly.
They were.
They were really ugly. The old
They were
blanks
real
were
ugly.
Everything about them was ugly. So these guys got one heck of a glow up. So, and I believe Kicker is going to be buying a whole bunch of boxes. He wrote in the show notes here, Kicker is buying a box of these. So,
I knowing Kicker, a box is 3.
oh, he just doesn't go. He doesn't half it. He does it all.
He got like 3 of the like Eldritch Omen boxes.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, he gets a lot of stuff.
That's a lot. Yeah.
He likes his toys.
So on top of that, we have the Altark. Let's another glow up shot.
Look how they fly next to planes.
Yeah, plane.
Eldar so cool. Pew
Everything
pew.
flies. Oh, where those guys are in a minute.
Those Shroud Runners.
Boom, boom. Is that an Altark? I don't know. I have no.
That is an Altark.
I
That
have
is an
no idea.
Altark battling a Warp Smith on a Noctilith Crown or something like that.
Beautiful. Good. Great.
Maybe.
Great shot. Is there a better? Boom.
There is a better
Oh,
shot.
look at that. There you go. So
Yep.
yeah, so we have the Altark. Kicker also said he's buying one box of this. I guess why would he have to buy any box of these? He does like
Kickers. No, he says this was in the Eldritch
Oh,
Omens
in the-
box. So he's like, because I put in the notes, I was like, there's a new Altark model. He's like, oh, technically, Seth, that was in the Eldritch Omen box already. And I was like, whatever, Kicker.
The Rangers do look cool. Even Seth can agree. So yeah, the Rangers all coming out separately. Man, that's fast. That feels fast, right?
You know what they haven't released separately yet?
All chaos stuff, pretty much. Venom crawlers.
Space Marine suppressors
Oh, the jumpy guys with the big
with the auto cannons. Yeah, no, I wanted to point that out.
Huh.
That Eldar got all their crap like separately in like a month. Space Marines, nah, like 4 years.
You hate them so much you have to throw shade at them. I like it.
Yeah, there is a lot of Eldar hate. I got the crap beat out of me for years by
Eons.
Eldar.
Yeah.
Eons, you might say.
I might. Other than that, pictures that I don't have time to grab is new NIDs. Everyone probably saw the leak. Let's be honest. The leak as well as new weapon profiles. NIDs are looking scary. Like
Please,
real scary.
please, mighty gods of Warhammer, please, please, please don't let Crusher Stampede be legal.
Listen.
Yeah, we were talking about this before the show, and we were like, I was like, but will they? And like, and Seth was like, God, for the love of God, please.
There's like some combo that you can do on a Hive Tower where he puts out like 40 bajillion mortal wounds. Basically, there's not a unit in the game that he can't touch and kill in one combat phase. Like he kills on average 1.6 Mortarians.
That's a lot of Mortarians.
That is.
Yeah.
You can't field 1.6 Mortarians.
No.
Did you know that?
I did know that. I did. Thank you. Yeah.
It's not right.
No, it's not right. I'm gonna make this screen.
It's like he hits on 2s and every 6 is like 4 hits and he wounds on pretty darn good. And every wound is a mortal wound in addition. And you can't take any invuln saves and you can't take any feel no pains. And it's 3 million damage each. It's
3 million
so
damage. Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot of damage.
Yeah. So the point is, just as a community, we just need to say no to Crusher. Friends don't let friends Crusher.
But what about we talked about what about the Leviathan supplement?
You know, if my orcs have to take it on the chin so that we don't have that book too, okay.
No speed walk?
Okay.
Wow.
No speed walk.
That's intense.
I'd take that.
Oh,
I'd take that.
Nah, they're getting it for sure. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So in other news, in FLG company news, table pickup at BAO for the big fancy dancy hot cake table. Get it while it's hot, ladies and gentlemen.
Did you say hot cake table?
Yeah, hot cake table. You can put cakes on it, right? So it's
I guess
cake.
so.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't tried that myself. I put models on mine.
Oh.
But I'll try
Do you,
cakes.
so
Honey, we need to buy a cake.
uh,
We'll see if she responds.
so you have one, right?
Yep.
How tell people how is it? What do you think?
Officially, I can't tell you that it can bear the weight of a 320-pound man.
Okay.
I can't tell you that officially.
What
But I
about
can tell you it is a very
unofficially?
sturdy man.
Okay.
It is a very sturdy table. I appreciate the height because I'm a taller man. Now, in my gaming area, you can't see behind me, but I'm in my gaming area. But I have a fairly spacious room.
Back in the
So
desert. Back in that desert is Seth's gaming area.
yes, way back there, in that building, right there. That's where my table is.
Oh wow. Yeah.
No, you made me lose my train of thought. Thanks, Dicky. No, so the big complaint I hear about it is since it is exactly a 60 by 44 play surface, there isn't extra room nearby.
Yeah.
If you have carts or if you have little folding tables, those work just fine. And so for me, that's what I'm doing. I think it works great if you're in a limited space setup. So if you're like a fairly compact store. Like I know one of the local stores to me doesn't have a ton of room, and it gets really tight when we try to shove in there and play like a 12 14 person RTT. This would go a long way in alleviating that. And it's nice because it's collapsible and it can stick out of the way. So like this room is also the room that we do Christmas in when we do family Christmas. So like
Nice.
I can fold up my table and shove it in the closet and wheel out the tree and all that jazz. So yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, so I enjoy it as a product. Yeah, it's a bit pricey, but it very much feels like a table that's going to last. And I have gone through like 3 or 4 other folding tables as my play surface because over time they kind of, if you're a big guy and you reach forward, Dicky, and you lean on the table a bunch while you're playing, it tends to warp.
Okay, well we don't want warpage.
Yeah,
so that's why.
Unless you're a chaos follower.
Yeah. Well,
Did you see the community poll that Kicker put up this week?
No, tell me.
Oh,
tell me more.
Oh, I need your hot take. We're gonna get an official Tech Priest Sticky hot take. Now, Kicker put up a poll this week on the FLG community page, basically announcing something that he had told us a little bit ago, that Frontline Gaming has the ability to make their own dice now. They don't have to go through like ChessX to make custom dice, and they can make them in any format that you would want. And so he was asking, what kind of event dice going forward would you like to see? And I suggested, because he said that they could make clear casino dice with painted on pips. I said casino dice with the logo on the 6, because that very much fits the vibe of a lot of their events are held at casinos. And like back in the day for LVO, when you got to the top 8, they would hand you a brick of brand new casino dice and were like, these are the dice you play with for the finals.
Yep.
Like, I really like that idea.
Yeah. I have a suggestion too.
Okay.
Logos.
What kind of dice would you want?
Logos on the 1s and the 6s. Boom.
You say that.
It's so
but
annoying.
there was actually a cheating scandal like a week or 2 ago in AOS over that.
I bet. Yeah.
That some guy had logos on 6s and 1s of his dice, and
it's the worst.
He was calling the 1s 6s.
Oh,
I heard about that.
You can. That.
Yeah, TFG Radio knows more about it, guys. So just go bug them. But yeah, so yeah. I subscribe to, if you're going to have symbols on your dice, they're all on the same facing. It doesn't have to be the same symbol. You can have multiple different symbols, but they're all symbols or 6s. That's what I tell my opponents when I'm using those kind of dice. I'm like, I only play with mine that are symbols or 6s. Yeah. So if you see a symbol, it's a 6. That's there is no.
It's gotta be 6s, right? Like that's like the standard. Like let's all.
I had some when I played Iron Hands back in the day, like the before they were good. I had a nice Iron Hands army, and someone was like, "You need some like," because I went way all out with the conversions on them and making them look really bionic and all kinds of cool stuff. And so one of my friends was like, "Dude, I got to get you some custom dice," and he got me the Hand of Sauron dice from Lord of the Rings, where it has like a white hand as the symbol, and it was on the 1s.
Oh no.
And I rolled so many 1s that those hands became a slap in the face, and we would just call them slaps. And I threw those dice out one day. I was just like, I'm sorry, that's a great present, but they suck. So after that day, no more symbols on 1s.
No, I think you're right. I think the little one, the 1 bip is enough to look at. You don't need a hand or a horse or an eye or whatever the heck
No.
it is. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think you're totally right.
All right.
Upcoming event headlines. I have to hit a wait. What do we do?
What?
Wait. Okay. Cruise Hammer. Well, wait. Oh my God, this is so hard. This is why we have.
Are we getting a live transmission? A live
Yeah.
transmission is coming through right now.
Guys, I just got Cruise Hammer important news break from Kicker. Okay.
Breaking news.
We officially have a soundboard. So,
It's me. I'm the soundboard.
yeah. So this is a very important information. He said very important in very large caps a whole bunch of times. So listen up. So Kicker just told me that kids get on Cruise Hammer for free.
Faux free.
Faux.
Richard, you
free.
have children.
I have one.
Do they cost you money when you go on vacation?
So
usually?
much money. So much money. Here, I'm gonna do another Ric Flair woo. Yeah.
I can't hear those
I
things.
know, but everyone else can, so it's okay.
Okay.
So yeah, apparently you can contact the Cruise Hammer or the Cruise Hammer website through the email that I posted in the show notes, and you can get information on getting those kids faux free. Faux free.
Yeah. That is a big deal. Because they're already. Oh shit! I might have just accidentally foamed my soda all over my pants, folks. No big deal. We're gonna keep on rolling.
We're doing it live.
We're doing it live. No, that is a big deal because this event was already kind of billed as a family trip.
What about
Because your spouse can go off and do other things on the ship that day, and then the actual port days there is no tournament, so you can go out with your family. So also being able to bring the kids along so that you don't have to like bribe the grandparents to watch them for a week.
Yeah, Kicker did say so. There's more. Kicker did say that there's a kids club on the ship. So if you do bring kids on, there will be a kids club. So they're not taking things away. You have to be a child, unlike the message.
Some of our chat is suggesting that yes, they act like children.
We're playing
to
with
be
plastic soldiers, guys. Like I get it, but no, you have to be physically a child in order to get this deal. So take advantage, guys. It only lasts for a few days.
Do we just need the child keyword?
Yeah. Yes, on your keyword tab.
On your birth certificate, yes, you need that.
Booyah. So apparently this is only lasting for a few days. So it starts tomorrow and ends Monday, apparently.
Yeah, and I believe this is if I'm mistaken, I know nothing, so don't yell at me. But I think it's a Carnival promotion, or not a Carnival, a Royal Caribbean promotion.
Yeah.
So it's a promotion by the cruise line. So this is a great chance to take advantage of that.
Huge.
Okay. Huge. ACO.
Okay. So ACO. So we have Marvel Crisis Protocol.
He was really having trouble with the MCP abbreviation.
They put it in acronym, guys. It's just an acronym in here. I don't know. Like, it looks like I'm at work. So Marvel Crisis Protocol just added to ACO lineup. Get your tickets. By far, number one pre-ordered item at ACO.
Let's let the chat guess.
Oh, go ahead.
Chat, what do you think the most pre-ordered item is for ACO?
Do we have like a 20-minute delay or something? Just
say
something. No, not.
This is awkward.
It's hard to
I'm gonna
ask
guess.
Question. Yeah, you guess.
I'm going to guess. I want to say it is the ACO branded coffee mugs.
Well, that is incorrect. And it's not a Night Castlin. No, it's
ACO branded night. If you could get ACO branded like painted models, just order your army to show up there painted.
Yeah.
Man, that's a service.
Yeah.
Frontline Gaming, make that service.
Yeah. It would have a trench coat with a Tommy gun, just like the picture. That would be really good. No, it was dice. I can't wait any longer.
Of course,
yeah,
it's dice.
It was the dice. There's always the dice, right? Anyway.
Dice are popular.
Yeah, so get your tickets. Atlantic City Open. It's a great event. I have not personally went. Seth, have you gone yet?
I did. I went last year. It was a blast. Ooh. I really want to go this year, but speaking of cruises, my wife and I have been delaying an Alaskan cruise for about 2 years.
Only 2.
Well, yeah. And so we finally got it rebooked for this June with our friends. And that was the only time that a lot of our friends could go, and we like traveling with our friends.
That's good.
So I won't make it this year. So I'm going to be sad, but it is a good time. It's a good time. LSO.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the soundbite that I hit to go and finish that you didn't hear. LSO, our branch versus branch military appreciation event. Guess what branches has the highest turnout so far? Seth, go.
Space Force.
Nope. Let's see. You want a second guess?
Well, I could read the notes.
You could officially read the notes, but I'm asking you to be honorable.
I will be honorable and
hater.
guess the Navy.
Yeah, no, incorrect. Bad guess.
Army.
Army. Yeah, Army killed it. Apparently, Army by.
Well, they do have
the
the esports team.
Yeah, they have the. They don't have any Space Force. So if you're in Space Force, can you please, please come to this event? Because I think that'd be the best thing ever to have all the branches.
Is there anyone actually in the Space Force yet? Like, I haven't been following the development of that branch. I don't know if it's actually a thing yet.
There was a general.
Does anyone
posted?
in chat know?
Yeah. Well, anyway. So no Space Force. Please, Space Force, come. If you're just want to have fun, say you're in Space Force. No one will. Yeah.
Is the Space Force required to play Space Marines?
I mean, kind of, right?
I think so.
Yeah, they're required. What chapter?
Imperial Fists.
Oh, jeez.
Chat says there are actual members of the Space Force already, so please reach out to them.
Yeah,
and get them to come to LSO.
40K. Come on.
They've got to rep. They've got to rep their branch.
Yeah, for sure. So super excited. Super great that Frontline Games putting this on.
Very excited for it.
Awesome.
I'm gonna do my best to make it to that one because that one's in the middle of the summer, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So if I don't upset too many people at work with me disappearing for a cruise in June and disappearing for Charity Hammer in June, I'll be there.
Yeah. Okay. And your wife, she won't bother.
She's going on the cruise.
Yeah.
She's not going to Charity Hammer? No.
Sorry, but I don't know. Maybe another Cherokee Open next year. You can go.
Yeah. Oh, she would love to go to Cherokee again. She'd go in a heartbeat.
Nice. Talk to me about Frontline Gaming news. Network news.
You mean the network?
Yeah.
The network news?
Yeah.
We didn't have a Thursday show last week. I'm sorry, guys. I will not tell you why, but if you scour the depths of the internet, you might figure that out.
Officially, I want to be official here. Officially,
It was not.
Go ahead.
It was not the Tech Priest's fault, folks.
No, I was not even there. No, not even there.
That's an important point. Yes.
Okay, so there was a show. It was in podcast form.
There will be.
So I believe there was a podcast. So you can get your Thursday fix.
You can. But this week, Grim After Dark, scraping the bottom of the Canadian barrel, dug up Alex McDougall, little known player. I'm sure you've never heard of him, right, Dicky?
I have. Yeah, he's a great guy.
Oh, okay. Well, he was there to talk about NIDS, which I thought was just a really original subject for them to get him on there to talk about that. I mean, what's next? We're going to get Mark Perry on to talk about chaos.
But you want a faction specialist to talk about factions.
I know. I am contractually obligated to give them a hard time, as they are me.
Yeah, officially, you're not even allowed to say their name, and they're not allowed to say your name. Which is...
Oh no, they've never served me with a cease and desist.
Well, that's not what I've been told.
Well, their letter must have been lost in the mail because I never got anything.
Oh, interesting.
All right.
Anyway,
so the main segment for tonight. Oh wait, I forgot one plug. Do you happen to know what the Thursday show and War Games Live might be covering this week, Tech Priest, Dicky? Is there an event that might be going on this weekend that both of those groups will be covering?
You're talking about one of the largest events, and it's in Chicago, I believe.
Is it?
Yeah, I heard.
I've seen people. Is that happening this weekend? Is Adepticon this weekend? Is the GW preview like 30 minutes from now?
Yeah, and we're don't worry, guys. We're not running long. Not that you're gonna sit and watch us through that, but we're gonna end at definitely before
He
10.
will pull the plug on
Yeah,
me. Okay.
plug
But
pull.
anyway, yeah, sorry. I did need to do that plug. So
Yeah,
check out the Thursday show if you want to hear more about the Adepticon coverage. And then, of course, watch on War Games Live, and you should be able to get a good look at what's happening there.
yeah, and they're
All right.
also doing on Twitch Warhammer. They're gonna have a stream
Yes.
as well.
They
So
are
yeah,
streaming. GW themselves is also streaming. So dual streams. You can take a monitor on each side and just
watch games.
yep.
Yeah.
Just constant input. Okay. So Richard,
Yeah.
we wanted to talk about the meta. Now, Kicker and I talked about it a bit last week. A lot of other talking heads have talked about it, but you said that the tech priest knows how to fix the meta.
Yeah.
So let's talk about it.
Okay.
How do you fix the meta?
Oh, wait, that was
Is nerfing armies the correct answer? We've got several overpowered factions. Harlequin has an even higher win rate than they did last week, like 70 some percent, like 76 or 78%. Is nerfing the way to go?
Yeah, so I have to give credit where credit's due. So Adam Camilleri and Peter the Falcon. Yeah, thank you again, personal soundboard. You're great. So
better than the real one any day of the week.
Yeah. Okay. Well, agree to disagree. So they had a brief tangent on balance and how it can be, how they can get it. And Peter made a really great comment. I don't know if he was being aloof with it or not, but he said, let's not nerf anymore. In fact, let's take the nerfs that were on certain armies, let's take them away. Let's get everyone playing at the peak craziness. Let's just do it. Let's bring everyone up. And I would like to suggest, let's bring everyone up. I know the books. I think the egregious stuff, I agree. Like, we maybe shouldn't have the unbelievable egregious stuff. And maybe we need to take bodyguard rule and change it somehow. And maybe there's other things that we should do. But I think let's just see how bad this can get. let's let everyone play on an equal playing field. What do you think, Seth?
I like it. I like the idea of taking away a lot of the previous nerfs that have been out there. I'm ignore orcs. I'm not going to cry for my orcs right now, folks. But Space Marines have been taking it pretty heavy-handedly. There's been a lot of nerfs to Drukhari and Admech. There's been a lot of nerfs to Sisters and to Death Guard. Let those books go back to their original format, because there is a pretty strong theory that a lot of these books are being written in groups and they're being tested against each other in the same time, and then they're being released spaced out. Yep. So we see one thing that's overpowered, we nerf it, but the next thing that came out was balanced against the overpowered thing. And so now that overpowered thing got nerfed, and so that next book is too strong. And then we just have this continual cycle. So I definitely see the theory behind just rip the Band-Aid off and let all the armies be what they're going to be, and then go from there. And then if there's obviously, and that's the problem that a lot of that idea has, is that implies patience on the part of the community, because
we're not
you're still
patient people.
We're still talking about, probably 6 months before we get all of the remaining books out. The rumor is that Tyranids don't go for pre-order until the 9th of April. So you're talking about Tyranids in the beginning of April, and then we'll flash forward. We're going to talk about what we think is going to be on tonight's preview. Knights will probably be after that, is my bet. But we're still talking about several months before we get everything, and then you've got to let everything play against each other for a bit to figure out who's the big dogs and who's the weak links. And the community's just not patient enough for that.
You're right. And maybe we have to grow as a community in order to get to that place. But I really do think, like, not only will it just be hilarious, like, who wants to see ATVs getting rezzed by an apothecary again? Because really, it wasn't that bad, really, compared
in hindsight.
Really.
In hindsight, I'm like, oh, that's cute. We should do that again.
Yeah.
I think there are definitely some things that do need to be nerfed. And by that, I mean, there are just certain, thanks. Thank you, Beer Dak, or Bear Dak, whatever. Yes. Thank you.
I have the power.
Yes. I think there are certain rules mechanics that we consistently see broken across multiple armies.
Yeah, I agree.
And there's been a lot of talk on how to adjust them. And by those things, I mean bodyguard
Yep,
and ignores line of sight shooting.
big time.
Those have been two of the biggest offenders. And there's been a lot of talk about ways that you can modify those. I think modifying isn't worth it. I think you just remove those from the game. You just say those rules do not apply anymore. I'm sorry, because there's never going to be a way to balance those, I think, to make them feel fair. Because there's always going to be someone that says, "Oh, well, if out of line of sight shooting, I lose a -1 to hit or a -1 to wound. Well, I'm just going to bring twice as much of it to make up for that." Or if you say bodyguard rule just allows you to pass the wounds off from the character to the bodyguard unit, they're like, "Cool, I'm just going to have 30 wounds then standing next to my character, and you're just going to have to blast through all of them, and we're going to be back to like drone spam Tau." So I think those mechanics are just always abusable. There's always going to be someone that figures out the optimal way to abuse that, and we just need to remove those things from the game and just say, "Hey, no, that is not a game mechanic that is balanced." And I think that's my big concern right now with GW is they are seemingly unwilling to say, "Hey, we tried something and it did not work."
Yeah, you would think they could. Like, you would think that they could try to do that, though. It's not a huge, like, you know what, we tried it, didn't work, moving on to next stage. Yeah.
I do want to say something real quick to chat. Green Blood Crusade, YouTube still matters to us. We just only have the technology to display one chat source at a time. And so we had to choose the most active chat source, which was Twitch. So we still care about you, YouTube. We just can't do multiple tech things at once.
No.
There's smoke coming out of the tech priest's hood right now. You just can't see it.
And I'm gonna completely be different than Seth and say, yeah, YouTube, we don't care about you at all. In fact, we think you should be on Twitch and chatting, so I can.
Google can hear you, sir.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I'm gonna take the Falcon and Rob Symes approach to how we do this show and just beat up everyone else other than Twitch, and hopefully good things happen.
All right. So no longer chasing the nerf, but maybe buffing the bad armies. How can we buff the bad armies?
So, okay, give me examples of what are bad armies.
So I'm going to say we ignore any books right now that don't have an edition codex because we assume that they're getting a new book that will be on a similar power level.
Yep.
So, look at that. Look at that. We've got Green Blood Crusade.
I like that he's on Twitch that he said that.
So Space Marines, a book that's pretty far behind the power curve. Yeah. Necrons, they've been kind of back and forth, but overall struggling. Sisters have definitely been struggling. Admech's kind of been on there now. You can even start saying Drukari's starting to get behind the curve now.
Not with Harlequins,
even if you look back in the very near past, Gene Stealer Cult by itself as a mono book is starting to struggle. Grey Knights, they have their moments, but they're starting to slip down the power curve as well.
Yeah.
So I think there's a lot of books that are showing their age. Orcs, yes, my orcs are definitely showing their age.
Yeah.
So how do we buff those?
So let's take Space Marines out of the mix. I think everyone can agree that GW's not going to let the poster boy go down like this, right?
Yeah, there's been a lot of rumors of Space Marine 2.0 being in the mix.
Yeah. What are we getting? The Manscaped things?
Okay. There's been a lot. I am not sponsored by Manscaped. We are not allowed to
like
take sponsors here.
He looked down when he said that.
Nope, I'm not. We are not allowed to take sponsors here on the Frontline Gaming Network.
Yeah, it's in the code of conduct, I think.
They may have approached us because of my smooth features.
Okay, so let's take Space Marines out of there because we know there's going to be something, right? They're not going to do Space Marines dirty like this. Guard. Okay.
No, Guard are getting a book, so I'm not counting them.
Okay, well, let's not talk to Guard.
No, I'm not talking to Guard. They're getting a book.
Okay, don't talk to Guard. Who did you say again? Sorry, I got...
Sisters. Take Sisters or
that was such a good
Death
book.
Guard.
That was such a good book last summer, right? Like that was, but it was on the back of what? It was on the back of Bodyguard.
Mm-hmm.
It was on the back of Vol.
Mm-hmm.
Their train priest is really good if you can use it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a lot of good tricks in it.
Yeah.
And let's put that to a side for a second. Death Guard. Did Death Guard have a core mechanic failing?
Well, it got fixed. Remember when they like couldn't walk through terrain, or they got?
But I mean, like as a design, do you feel like Death Guard had just like on a core level don't work?
Yeah, I think they're just too slow for the current game. I
All
think
right.
that's their main failing, right?
All right.
How do you fix them? I physically don't know how you fix a movement issue. It's not like they're gonna add movement to the units, right?
Yep.
So that's a tough one.
So there was a lot of talk, and again, we're taking inspiration from the meta discussion on Art of War Down Under this past episode.
Yep.
There was a lot of talk because they were very fantasy focused about how 8th edition fantasy used to balance the game by giving armies that were behind the curve extra points. So, for instance, if a standard tournament game was 2,000 points and you played Orcs and Goblins, which was an army that was well behind the curve, they would give you an extra 400 points. So you'd be playing at 2,400 points. What do you think about something like that, where you're saying, hey, either you just decrease the points across the board on all of those subpar codexes right now, or the community recognizing those codexes are not competing and giving them some extra points to play with?
So that was the internal balance in the fantasy community that did that for the most part.
Yeah, that was not official. That was just internal organization.
I don't know. It's tough, man. Like, I would really like to see more balance between the books as they are written, as they are, and I don't want to go down the road of internal balance through ITC or whatever it's going to.
Well, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, like, what if as a GW mission packet they said, hey, this is our thing.
Tau, you're down 350 points or something.
I mean, like, at the end of the day, when you're talking about giving extra points or handicapping points, you're just talking about points adjustments across the board. You're just doing it in a different manner. So what if you could reach into the machine and just adjust points however you wanted? Would that fix the problem?
Well, but aren't they doing that?
Well, I don't know if they're doing that. They're doing it to some extent. I don't know how frequent we're going to see it.
But they're behind but they're behind the 8 ball, right? Generally,
yeah, they're already behind the 8 ball.
Yeah, they don't hit the current things, which is
well. And like I was pointing out with Death Guard, the core issue with Death Guard is not you can't take enough Death Guard. It's just they're too slow.
Yeah, it's their
speed.
Yeah.
So if you just said, "Hey, Death Guard, you get an extra 500 points in your army," that doesn't fit. Like they can and then you go, okay, well they have 2 or 3 units that are fast. They got a couple little fly things and those little flush mowers, and you're like, you know what? I'm going to kill all those, and then they have no mobility, and then I'm just going to go move block them.
Yeah. Yeah, it is a struggle, and that I think that comes down to a fundamental design of the book, and maybe Chaos has more. Like, this is the year of Chaos, guys. We're in March. It's got to happen at some point, right? So
you're 3 months in. Settle down, Chaos boy.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Like, it's just it's really tough. I think I would like to see all the nerves taken away, and I want everyone to punch up. Yeah, you're right. Patience.
I want to see an ambitious TO, because an ambitious TO could run an event sans FAQs.
He could.
Someone could say, "Hey, I'm running a GT, and everything is as it's written in your rulebook, points and rules, no FAQs," and we could see how it shakes out.
Yeah,
it would be a very, very small set of data. All the statistical minded people out there will yell at me that that's not enough data points, but it would give us an idea if that's the right path.
Yeah.
I am calling on the community to do this. I needed an intrepid TO to do this for me.
I just want to...
And Dicky.
The chat has been going pretty fast and furious, so I wanted to call out some things. So Necrons 2.0. Necrons are like a book that needs some love, and they're close, man.
They're on the bubble, man. They're on the bubble.
I think they're really close. Release Tabletop Idiots. Here, I'll post this one. It's a great name. I don't know. Are they able to release the book at the same time? Come on.
Because I don't think they're not writing them all at the same time. They're writing them in batches.
Yeah.
And
bunches and bunches, baby.
Yeah, I mean, even if you were like, hey, say they write books, sake of argument, in groups of 3, if they said, hey, these 3 books come out next week, and then you have to wait 3 months before another group of 3 books comes out,
Yeah.
or however long, like I don't think that you have to get all of them out at once, and I don't think that's going to happen. That's
Yeah.
20 plus books dropping at once. That's
So devil's advocate. What about the index format? We. Oh, I'm Seth. Seth almost. You don't like the index? You didn't like the index format?
Index Hammer was weird because it very quickly devolved into the haves and the have-nots. Because the index,
Yeah.
it wasn't pure Index Hammer for very long.
Yeah.
Once you started getting people that had codexes and those that didn't, it very quickly devolved into the haves and have-nots, and we'll
Yeah.
be back to right where we are now.
But so what was the have-nots? They didn't have secondaries in their codex.
They didn't have. Well, it was, if you're going back to 8th edition, they didn't have stratagems.
So what if
They didn't
so?
have
How about this?
stratagems or any of that.
Let me. I don't know. GW. I have a contact information. You could got. What if they did a list of stratagems for every army, secondaries for every
Lips
army.
are moving, but no sound coming out of Seth. Is that because I'm speaking nonsense?
Well, I can see his levels. I think maybe that's you.
That Beard AK, that might be you. Rest of chat, can you hear me?
Yeah, I think they can. They would have said something.
It says okay for me.
Yeah.
Tamagotchi Express says.
Right. Reload, bro. Okay, so what I was going to say, everyone's on Index Hammer, but everyone gets a list, like a couple pages of stratagems as well as secondaries. Now, go back. What do you think?
I think regardless, if the rules were just as good in the index as they are in the full codex, why do I want the full codex?
Because you're going to have shiny pictures and data sheets.
I'm just saying, like GW as a design process, they're not going to design the rules in the codex to be
well keep in mind they're selling you this index as well.
Yeah, so, I know. Yeah. I think you either you there's no good way around the update system we have. Even if they went pure digital tomorrow, they snap their fingers and they stop printing books and they went pure digital. Yeah. They're just internally, they're not as large as we want to think, and they do not have the ability to produce 20 plus books simultaneously.
Nope.
And actually get play testing on all of them and feedback all of them and corrections on all of them. Like, I think, we complain a lot now about things coming out that are not balanced or obvious errors in the book, like Harlequin troops not having core.
Clearly they shouldn't from their win rate last week.
That's regardless, but that's a very obvious, that's what they should have.
Yeah.
But the point is, we think that there's mistakes now in the process. And that's the system trying to churn out like 3 books at once. Now it's to make it churn out 20 books at once. Yeah. You're going to have some like semi-truck sized holes in those rules.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep. Yeah, I think we need to move this conversation along though, because we got to get through our recap and get people out of here in time for the GW preview.
Man. I almost forgot about that.
Yeah, you were the one telling me we had to have a hard out tonight. Anyway, let's go through our ITC recap.
You got it. Let me pull that up.
All right, for our 40K competitive track, and I updated these at like 3 this afternoon, so please hope they're right. Number 1 is Quentin Johnson, who beat me last night with 23 Wraithguard. He's an evil, evil man. Number 2, James Marsden. Number 3, Sean Rice. Number 4, Jamie Balcombe. And number 5, Ryan Snyder. And I encourage you to remember who number 5 is here. It'll come up in a minute later. Moving on to the hobby track, number 1 is Jamie Pirazzoli. Number 2, Morgan Timpey. Not Tempe, Timpey. Number 3, Quentin Johnson. Number 4, Evan Williams. Number 5, Christopher Johnson. Moving on down to AOS competitive track, number 1, Matt Nguyen. Number 2, Levin Sinchanava. Number 3, Aaron Newbaum. Number 4, Thomas Guan. And number 5, Robert Snyder.
Huh.
Has anyone ever seen Robert Snyder and Ryan Snyder at the same place at the same time? You try to convince me that Robert Snyder isn't just Ryan Snyder in a hat with glasses. I'm waiting.
So you're telling me he's going to giant events and playing both AOS and 40K?
I think he is. I want to see the proof.
Okay.
Moving on to the AOS hobby track. Number 1, Tim Ham. Number 2, Chris Miller. Number 3, Matt Abbott. Number 4, Carl Rohr. And number 5, Robert Carr. And then I threw in Kill Team this week. Tech Priest Dicky.
Yeah, I'm doing this.
Number 1, Fernando's Marcos. Number 2, Carlos Duran. Number 3, Pablos Berzal. Number 4, Eduardo Orcsky. And number 5, Miguel Angel. And that is it for our ITC recap. Now I get to hit you with some questions.
I love
Are
questions.
you ready, Tech Priest Dicky? What do you think we're going to see on the preview tonight?
Whew. I'd be lying if I would say we're probably seeing Knights. I really want to see Chaos Marines. Please. And did you see
Chaos
I saw
Knights.
Wait, did anyone else see there was like a little funny tidbit of like information, and it was very much, oh, I just saw Warhammer is live with a Adept on. We're almost done,
their
guys.
weight screen.
Yeah,
their weight screens. Ooh, we gotta go.
I think Chaos Marines. They gotta be Chaos Marines. I would love. Oh my god, I would love
Chaos Marines stay at 1 wound. Hot take.
No, come on. Even when they need more than just 2 wounds, guys. Let's be all honest with ourselves. I'm a Chaos Marine under this robe here. They need more than 2 wounds, because look at how Marines are doing right now. So just another wound's not gonna make them like unbelievably great. So they need some other stuff. So Angron, some Demon Primarchs.
If this is the year of Chaos, I want to see a ton of Chaos previews, and I want to see Traitor Guard.
Yeah.
Make Blood Pack a thing.
So I saw on the Honest Wargamer, Peter the Falcon. Peter generally is in the know. He said land trains.
He is all about his squats because he just loves resetting the clock.
Let's reset that.
I don't trust him.
Let's see.
I'm saying it here.
No.
I don't trust Peter the Falcon.
Oh wow, that hurts. That's a hurtful comment.
I love him as a brother. I just don't trust that he's not playing.
I love him as a brother. Someone clip that, please, and send it to the Grim guys.
Dicky, do you have any brothers?
No, I have a sister.
Chat, back me up. You might love your brother, but you don't trust him all the time. Okay, you back me up.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I think that's what I was hoping. But what about you, Seth? What are you hoping for, other than two ruined Chaos Marines?
I'm not hoping for that. I want to see Traitor Guard. I think that's a really easy product for them to do. I think it'll be really exciting. Yeah. It'll be another way to balance out the Chaos faction.
Dark Mechanicus. Ooh, that's a good.
Dark Mechanicus would also be good. Oh yeah. I would like, if I'm 100% honest, I want to hear from the update team. I want to hear that they are on the cusp of doing something, because they told us that we're going to get these quarterly updates. And it's just the meta is dying on the vine, folks, and we need to hear from them. We need to know that they know it's a problem, and they know that they have a plan to fix it. Yeah. And I want to hear that. I want to hear that they know and they're addressing it, because we haven't really heard from them officially. Yeah. All the talking heads, self included, have said we're pretty sure they know and they're going to fix it. But I want to hear from them.
Yeah, that'd be smart. The other thing, because Val and I have been playing and organizing some fantasy, I have to make a fantasy. Let's see some old world stuff. When's the last time we saw old world?
Just go play Total War 3 with me. It's fine.
No, I wanna wheel units. Okay, I wanna hit things with axes. I'm not asking for much.
All right. Well, if they're live, let's get folks out of there so they can migrate over to that stream. Final thoughts for the evening, Tech Priest?
Land trains.
Land trains, ho. Well, I really appreciate you coming on and filling in for Kicker. It's been great having you as the second chair for this episode. Thanks, you are welcome back anytime, even though you're here every week anyway. And that is it for us tonight, folks. We really hope you enjoyed this episode of Signals from the Frontline. Have a great week, and we will see you next Wednesday after the GW preview tonight.
Land trains.